Hello and welcome to another episode of DeFi, where we break down decentralized finance concepts in 5 minutes or less. I'm your host, DeFi Dawson, and today we're going to go over the LP providing on Uniswap. So, last episode, we went over how to use Uniswap's trading features, how to swap between tokens. We glossed over a lot of details because we didn't explain how that liquidity exists. Where were those tokens? How did you get them? And who did you pay? Like, where did that come from? Well, it came from liquidity providers. And anyone can become a liquidity provider on Uniswap. That's exactly why it's this decentralized solution for swapping. And as a liquidity provider, you get rewarded. So what it means is that you take two different tokens, let's say in this example, ETH and DAI, you provide each of them in equal worth quantities to the Uniswap pooling system, and then folks are able to trade in between these two pairs. Now, why would you want to do this? Well, you get rewarded 0.3% on each trade. Now, this does have potential downside, and that's called impermanent loss. Impermanent loss is a situation where the price changes so much so that you lose some of your initial investment when you want to cash out. Now, this happens only when you have a very volatile set of currencies. Now, let me show you how to become an LP. So right here, we're going to go through an example with ETH and DAI. Cool. Gets me every time. Great. So now on the pool screen here, we're able to select the two tokens we want to provide. Now, this highlights the 0.3% fee I mentioned previously. So let's add liquidity, select DAI. Now this is actually the DAI I got in the very last video where I introduced the swapping feature. So now let's say naively, I would just want to jump in here and click max, great. But this is what I was explaining earlier, where you actually have to provide equal worth quantities of each of these tokens. So actually, if I provided all my ETH, I don't have enough DAI to cover that. And it lets me know this insufficient DAI balance. I want to hit max here instead. So now this is the max I can provide. This is every single bit of my DAI, as you could tell from how long this decimal is. And this is the equivalent quantity of ETH in the current market. So let's go ahead and approve this. And I'll jump back here once we have approved this whole transaction. Now I've got this exciting approval screen letting me know what I will receive. I'll actually receive some of the LP tokens. I have now added both, and I am an LP on Uniswap. Let's go ahead and check out this transaction. You can see that within this transaction, what I got back was one of these Uniswap V2 tokens. Let's go ahead and put this into my MetaMask and check out all of what's going on here. So I can copy the contract address. Custom token here. Add tokens. There you go. I have 1.914 Uni V2. Boom, boom. And you can see that I have 0 DAI. Now, if I actually wanted to see what this was worth at the moment, I could go back and see about removing my liquidity. So let's go back from add liquidity. Now it's going to show here the liquidity I currently have provided, and I have the option to withdraw it, which I will definitely not be doing because adding and removing like that is not an efficient way to spend gas on ETH. So I've now done the transaction. I just want to leave it here because each of these trades that happens within this trading pair gives me some rewards. So let's go ahead and see if I've gotten any accrued fees yet. Looks like I don't have many accrued fees yet. Less than $0.0001. So, this was too quickly to tell. Again, I was not providing very much. I'm liquidity providing for $118. So we can expect some time for this to build up. But by doing this, I'm taking part in the network and helping provide and do my part to help creating a swapping protocol that is trustless and usable by anyone globally. Thanks for checking out the episode.